Google Earth Virtual Field Trip by Taryn Lewis and Jessica Fox. Good morning, kindergartners. Today we are going to take a field trip using Google Earth. Our objective today is that we will review traffic and public safety rules, learn about state and national symbols, and identify major landmarks. Our first stop is a place you may recognize, Westfield Elementary. Let's go!
Here is your elementary school. You've probably seen lots of cars and school buses that drive past our school every day. Moms and dads take their kids to school, and lots of people live by the school. Because of all the traffic, we need to make sure that we understand how to be safe. Do you see that yellow sign over there? What do you think it means? Whisper what you think to your neighbor.
Do you remember this book we read earlier this week? Tell a different neighbor what you remember from the book. Okay, now that you've shared, we're going to talk about it. This book talked about how to be safe when crossing the street. This sign warns drivers to drive slowly because children and adults may be crossing the street. You should never cross the street without looking both ways. And you should always have a crossing guard or an adult, just like this one in this picture. It is important to cross on the white lines or in between the cones. You can make a game out of it. Everyone stand up, look both ways, and hop on one foot just like me, just like we're crossing the street on the white lines.
Thank you, students. Now find your place on the mat and sit quietly. Now that you've reached the school, we're ready to go inside. There is an office at the front of the school where the principal and other adults work. If you ever need help with something or are scared, you can go to any of these adults. Their job is to help you and keep you safe. Some of them have walkie-talkies. If you're not at school and need help, look for someone that looks like this man. He's a police officer and will keep you safe.
Whether you're in school or not, it's fun to go to the playground, isn't it? What do you like to do on the playground? Stand up, find another place to sit on the mat, and tell your new neighbor your favorite thing to do on the playground. The playgrounds are a lot of fun, but they can be dangerous if we don't follow safety rules. Let's watch this short video to learn about some safety rules. One of our safety rules is that we only play when it's still light outside. Once it gets dark, it can be very dangerous and we can get hurt. This is what it looks like at 8 a.m. You have all day to play in the sunlight. At around 5 p.m., it starts to get a little bit darker. Can you see how it's starting to get dark? Make sure you only play in the playground when it's light or with adult supervision if you're in the dark.
Let's go back to the front of the school where our flagpole is. Do you remember what colors are on the flag? Touch your nose if you can name one of the colors. Let's look at our flag. In class each day we say the Pledge of Allegiance. We say it to show our support to our country. This is what it is. If you know it, say it along with me, or you can listen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may also have heard a song about our country, and it's another way to show our support. Let's listen to some kids singing our national anthem. Many buildings have an American flag flying outside. Our school has one just like the Capitol building in Salt Lake City, where our Utah government meets. Let's look at a picture of the flag outside of the Capitol building. Their flag looks just like ours.
Let's go back to Westfield and see if we can see some mountains. Mountains are kind of like hills, but a lot bigger. Do you see these little mountains behind the school? There are some big mountains that we can see right outside of our school. Look how big and tall those are. Show me how you can be big and tall with your body. Stand up and reach up really high. See if you can get taller. Thank you, kindergartners. Now we're going to go to something that's not tall like a mountain, it's low. Let's go to Utah Lake. Can you see how big Utah Lake looks from above? When we go down to the shore, we can see that it's low. Can you see the mountains in the background of the picture? They're not as tall as the ones by our school, but they are still taller than the lake. Show me what you would look like if you were a lake. Get low and flat, spread out, but don't hit your neighbor. Okay, now everyone return to your spot on the mat, and we're going to look at one more picture comparing mountains and lakes. Look how tall these mountains are. Do you see how smooth and flat the lake is? Those mountains are huge compared to the lake. All right, boys and girls, let's go back to our school.
Today we learned about safety, the American flag, and the tall mountains above us and the flat lakes below us. Next time you are outside, remember to always be safe when crossing the street. Don't play outside after dark, and look for American flags and mountains.